Good morning, members of the media, and welcome to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Weekly Media Brief. I am Michael Pierre, Acting Assistant Superintendent, and today on the media brief we have personnel of the Victim and Witness Support Unit of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. We have Ms. Aisha Corbie, Manager of the Victim and Witness Support Unit, as well as Mr. Kirk Pierre, Victim and Witness Support Officer. Ms. Corbie.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Mr. Pierre. Good morning to the members of the media and to Trinidad and Tobago. Today we want to share and reiterate that the mandate of the Victim and Witness Support Unit of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is to provide psychosocial support to victims and witnesses of crime across Trinidad and Tobago. The unit helps victims cope while supporting key policing initiatives of deterrence, investigations, and prosecutions of various crimes. In so doing, the Victim and Witness Support Unit has supported investigations by debriefings and providing emotional support to victims to increase recall and the ability to participate in statements and other aspects of the investigation. We also provide assistance and basic information on the process related to identification parades, and this has helped individuals to participate more effectively in these processes. We also provide the relevant feedback on investigations. For prosecutions and court matters, interventions of the Victim and Witness Support Unit have been provided in the areas of ensuring victims' readiness to participate in court proceedings while addressing concerns on the judicial process. We have also prepared victims to give evidence, and these sometimes may include pre-visits to the court areas where practicable for victims that may be children or adults. We have given emotional support and clarity on information regarding impact statements, which is usually helpful for sentencing procedures. Another critical area where the TTPS Victim and Witness Support Unit contributes towards its crime-fighting initiatives is that of deterrence. This has been through several targeted educational workshops and public outreach on various areas of crime and criminal activities. Secondary crime prevention initiatives focus on empowering victims of crime and steering youth away from a life of crime. We've also partnered with stakeholders on sensitization and public awareness on the role and functions of this unit. Some of the psychosocial support that we've provided includes counseling for trauma and the effects of crime, support group interventions for persons referred to the unit, and some recent instances of this support would be the group interventions which are now ongoing at the police youth clubs, one in particular being that of the Carenage Police Youth Club, where members are still coping with the very tragic loss of the recent young lady in that area. We've also been doing work currently at the St. Anthony's College, where students have lost peers to homicide. In addition to that psychosocial support, this unit still does liaison and advocacy work on behalf of victims with social support agencies. Today we want to mention another key area of support that has proven to be quite helpful for victims across the country, and this is the intervention to treat with homicide matters. In appreciating the high levels of trauma associated with losing a loved one to murder, the Victim and Witness Support Unit is now aiming to offer the following. We support during the process at Forensic Science Center, which involves viewing the body of relatives scheduled for autopsies. So the Victim and Witness Support Officer has been going in with persons and relatives as they view the bodies of their loved ones to help them cope with that very tragic process. We also offer guidance on funeral grants, where to access these and what facilities may be available with the costs associated with burials. Preparation for funerals, especially for children who may have lost parents, in terms of how do they cope with that whole process at the funeral. We've also been offering guidance with applications for criminal injuries compensation facilities, and these are managed through one of our key stakeholders, being the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board. We've done assessment to treat with new areas of vulnerability or need following the incident, because we recognize that following an incident, persons are usually left in different levels of need, sometimes financial need or physical need following an incident of crime. Together with these, we do community interventions and the relevant individual support from statement to sentencing and beyond when it looks at homicide and murder-related incidents. These efforts have been put in place to provide that practical assistance to victims after the tragic death of a loved one, so as to help persons to navigate the shock and also the responsibilities that come in following this incident. The predominant age group of crime victims supported by the Victim and Witness Support Unit in January to March 2019, when compared to the same period last year, were adults between the ages of 35 and 45 years. It's also noteworthy that in examining the interventions, the data reflects that for the year 2018, the Victim and Witness Support Unit has provided support to 3,366 persons affected by crime, which is an average of 800 persons per quarter. For the period January to March 2019, support was provided to 929 persons affected by crime, compared to 772 persons for the same period in 2018, that being a 20% increase in victims assisted by the Police Victim and Witness Support Unit. The reports that continue to attract the higher number of victims receiving support from the Victim and Witness Support Unit have been homicides, domestic violence matters, and matters regarding children that may present behavioral issues. It should be noted as well that for the same periods of 2018 and 2019, there was an increase in persons supported of the older age group of 55 to 64 by 40, representing a 114% increase, along with a 21% increase in persons 65 years and over for the same periods. This data of older persons affected by crime has informed the TTPS's VWSU interventions towards hosting an annual event to raise awareness of elder abuse and crimes against the elderly, and towards reducing this growing issue. This event will be held on World Elder Abuse Day, which is held on June 15th annually across the globe. And it's aimed at widespread sensitization to elderly, caregivers, and the general public on the issue as we heighten our commitment to promote protection of our elderly. Additional key victim and witness support initiatives that we have carded for 2019 are increasing these delivery services to victims in Tobago with our fully operational office at Scarborough Police Station. This allows for persons affected by crime in Tobago to access the full range of support that is currently provided in Trinidad. We also have the Secondary School Empowerment Series, which resumed in March of 2019 of this year. Domestic Violence Joint International Training Partnership with a New York-based firm, which would have been concluded in April of 2019. We're also looking at a domestic violence campaign in partnership with Ross Advertising, which is currently ongoing, with the campaign being themed, Start the Conversation, End the Abuse. And this is aimed at engaging the public on domestic violence, not just affecting women, but men, children, as well as the elderly. We are looking also at an I and Me self-esteem program where we are targeting teen females that have been affected by various types of crime so as to promote empowerment. And that is carded for July of this year. And we are looking at ongoing youth crime prevention initiatives, and this is through support groups and other areas where we are targeting youth so as to reduce the incidence of their involvement in crime as well as the impact of crime on their lives. So the unit continues through these and many other initiatives and interventions to exert our commitment to serving and partnering in persons affected by crime across this country. We work alongside stakeholders, and we continue to just drive that whole effort that once you report, we support. The Victim and Witness Support Unit is here to support the Trinidad and Tobago public that is affected by crime. I thank you.
All right, members of the media.